Around midnight on Chinese Lunar New Year's Eve, amid the setting off of firecrackers, we bid farewell to the old year and greet the new year. We have come to the end of yet another lunar year. Strong festival atmosphere permeates the entire country. Nearly every family is busy sticking spring festival couplets and food characters, encoding wishes of a good life. All the streets and alleys are decorated with lanterns and colorful lights. Specifically, the New Year's Eve meals refers to the family dinner on Chinese New Year's Eve. On the last day of a lunar year, even those who are on the road a lot return home for the family reunion. The whole family enjoy the meals, sharing the happiness of a family reunion and catching up on each other's recent past. People will reserve seats and table wheels for the absent members, which represents reunion, looking far and wide of Chinese history of 5,000 years. As the grandest meal of a year for the Chinese, the New Year's Eve meal dates back to the Han Dynasty, when the New Year's Eve meal was a kind of religious ceremony meant to worship their gods and their ancestors. How time flies! Modern Chinese do not have to worry about the shortage of food and no longer regard the ceremonial meal as a welcome break from their perennial hunger.
Through the long historical vicissitudes, the New Year's Eve meal remains a fixed feature of China's culture, which mirrors Chinese earnest expectations of a good life. The same Chinese land has produced different customs. The various natural environment gives color to the local New Year's Eve meals, forming a picture in which all local colors showcase themselves.
Every mountain and river has its charm. Every piece of land and costume raises people. The bright moon, the fresh lotus flowers, or the grandeur of setting sun on the desert can be filled in the myriad of meals prepared by the 56 ethnic groups in the country. For example, Fujian Fotiaochang consists of abalone, sea cucumbers, mushrooms, and so on. Along with thick soup and Fujian wine, the ingredients are simmered over a mild fire before turning out to be delicious and not fatty. As to Jiangxi steamed pork with rice, people steam rice, meat, and vegetables like pumpkins and sweet potatoes over cambridge leaves. The smell of this dish is appetizing. In the dish of Shanghai bamboo shot soup with fresh and pickled streaky pork. Bamboo shots are stewed with salt pork and fresh pork. The soup is white, thick, with a rich taste. Hebei 8 dishes include 7 main dishes and 1 vegetable dish. The food selection is widespread and the dishes are tasty. Beijing 8 Trio rice pudding is made from glutinous rice, sugar, walnuts, gray dates, and so on. Xinjiang braised lamb chops with naan, a traditional Xinjiang staple food, shows religious features while symbolizing happiness.
From north to south, sweet goodness tangyuan as well as jiaozi, with a variety of flavors, testify to China's vastness and rich resources. Like never before, the warmth of the traditional family feast, as well as the delicacy and convenience of customized banquets, has indicated the development of the times and the improvement of people's life. Though thousands of miles apart, family members ultimately reunite and sit together around the table. As a typical feature of the Chinese family culture, the New Year's Eve meal takes on unique features from the local cultures and its long history.
Ancestor worship is an essential part of many customs during the Spring Festival. Before the New Year's Eve meal, washing hands, burning incense, and worshiping one's ancestors in front of Buddha's statue to pray for the safety and prosperity for the whole family in the new year embodies the Chinese core value of filial piety that has been, as it were, written into their genes. To represent the liveliness and the vitality since China's reform and opening up started in the late 1970s, China Central Television has been offering the yearly Spring Festival Gala since 1983. It has constantly endeavored to update the form and content of the festivity. After dinner on the lunar New Year's Eve, all families will gather in front of the TV, expecting to watch the Spring Festival Gala that begins at 8 p.m. and lasts till midnight. At this time, the elders will also take out the well-prepared New Year's money, which sounds like surprising evil, in hope that the children can spend the coming year safely. As early as the Song Dynasty, relatives and friends would send each other New Year greetings. This was China's first New Year card. Now, young people like to send their family and friends some postcards with sincere wishes, or, more conveniently, they do so on WeChat. The New Year's Eve meal has also changed with times. Traditionally, all the foods were handmade. Today, they can be ordered from caterers or purchased from shopping malls ready-made or half-made. This is another indication of the change of times and the improved life. Another highlight of Chinese New Year's Eve is the annual Lantern Festival. When night falls, all the lights are on, shining like stars. The light is a symbol of brightness and prospect. On this particular evening, every household will put on lanterns and festoons, and the local governments will also hold lantern festivals and other activities in anticipation of good weather and peace for the country and the people in the coming new year.
At this time of the year, plum blossoms come into bloom in defiance of the bitter cold. Fireworks shine brightly in the air. Lights blaze everywhere. The last meal of the year is full of the warmth and the home and the love of the family. For those less fortunate ones who cannot join their family, the meal will invariably evoke the wonderful memory of a family reunion. Deep family affection permeates the home and is strengthened over the meal, driving away unpleasant memories. Very comforting. Family members sitting together, lights shining, the New Year's Eve meal steaming. Everyone's heart is brimming over with happiness. No matter how the form of the New Year's Eve meal changes, the flavor of Chinese New Year is still strong, and home is still the best place to take a rest and lick one's wounds. Let's tear off the last leaf of the old calendar and wish each other a sincere, happy Chinese New Year. May all of us have a better life in the coming new year.